We're going to go over just a basic pendulum sweep from the closed guard position. The idea with this pendulum sweep from closed guard is we want to get behind our partner's elbow before we set up the sweep and then get to a side scissor position. So we're just going to change the arrangement of the guard using that side scissor position. So we'll start inside closed guard. First thing we're doing is getting behind the elbow. So we're going to use a 2-on-1 grip. There's a couple ways we can use the grip. For right now, my right hand is going to make a cross grip, pocket grip on the side. My left hand is going to grab a hold of the elbow. From here, I'm going to look to pull the arm across, and now as soon as I pull her elbow across, I close the gap by pulling my knee to my chest. Okay, so both knees go to my chest, and now I get chest to chest with my partner, or chest to shoulder. My left hand is going to come over the top, and that's going to keep my partner in place from here. And now with my guard, I'm going to unlock, hip escape out, and lock my guard to the side of my partner's hip. So I unlock my guard. You can either place your foot on the mat, or I can press off her hip with my hamstring. My right knee will point down, my foot, the sole of my foot is facing the ceiling, and I'm gonna look to relock my guard to the side of the hip. So now my head is over her head, my left hand has control of her armpit on this side. Now from here I have options of kicking, coming up, taking the back. I can look to climb, start to attack her arms on this side, but for the most part she's trying to pull her elbow back and square up with me. So when she does that, she has to step up her opposite leg so she gets power to pull that elbow all the way back to square up. So from here, when she goes to step her left leg up, I take my right hand off the sleeve grip and I look to underhook her leg. I'm gonna have a hard time reaching her leg until I get my head underneath her head. So I release the grip, I start to scoop, and I start to unlock my guard and pull myself underneath until I can get the crease of my arm connected to the crease of her knee on this side. Now, once I have a hold of her knee on this side and I have control of her arm on this side, I unlock my guard and I look to pendulum my hips up and out. So I want my left leg to come all the way out in this direction. And by pulling my leg out, it's gonna get her weight on top and her hips over my hips. So from here, I start to pull. Now all the weight's on top, my right leg is gonna press, and as soon as I press, I fold my left foot underneath, and I start to come up. I release the grip. So she's gonna extend her left leg. If she goes to extend her left leg, now I let go of the grip, and right here is the underhook, so we end up in the head wrap position. So you're in a perfect position where we can start to attack right after the sweep. So again. So we're starting inside closed guard. Since we have the gi on, I like to use this pocket grip, so cross grip at the elbow. If it was no gi, I'd probably grab a hold of the wrist and then use like an X thumbs grip. So you can even use this grip from here. I pull the arm across, I pull my knees to my chest. Okay, once I pull my knees to my chest, I reach over the top and I lock her in place here. Okay, once I lock her in place, now I can start to hip escape out. So I can post, drop my knee down, then relock my guard from here. So my guard is locked at the side of her hip from this position. If she didn't move, I can start to kick, come up, and then start to take her back. Okay, but she's gonna try to pull her elbow back towards her hip and square up. So she'll step that leg up. Once she goes to step, I release the grip and I start to underhook her leg. So from here, I get my head all the way underneath. So I unlock my guard and I start to shoot my hips out. This left leg is gonna swing past her shoulder on this side. So I unlock and I start to pull. So now I'm pulling her directly on top. My left leg is gonna pendulum. My right leg is gonna press to bring her over. Once I press, I release the grip, I have an underhook, and we start to climb up from here. So one more time. So here, we're working to get behind the elbow first. So I have a 2-on-1 grip, I break the grip, and I pull the arm across. So once I pull the arm across, I close the space by pulling my knees to my chest and then reaching for the back. We hip escape out, so I get into a side scissor position. So now from here, she goes to step her leg up. Hey guys, there's times, go back for a second. There's times where they'll stay on their knees and they'll start to square up. If she does that, I can easily just point my knees in this direction and knock her over. That usually happens in the kids' class. She goes to step her leg up. Here, I underhook, I unlock my guard, and I start to shoot my hips out. From here, I continue to pulse all the weights on top. I pendulum my left leg and I'm pressing my leg underneath the chest to get on top. I get the underhook, and then we end up in the head wrap position.